Good morning. Today I want to quickly go and do, I guess, somewhat of a book haul. I want to show you how we mark our books ahead of time for what children are expected to read on certain topics that I know we're covering in our classroom. And then show you a little bit of the books in case you're interested in grabbing them from your local library, Amazon, or any thrifty book place that you can find. Let's get started. So this pile are books that we're finishing up for our ecosystem unit. We've actually finished most of it. We have a few things, a few projects left. But the way it works, and I guess I should just talk about that first, is I have colored tape. And it's like, it's just colored tape. Nothing special about it. I guess it's kind of like painter tape. It doesn't rip off things. But I have green. Green stands for everybody reads. Red is my son's color, and pink is my cousin's color. And so if you see green, it means everybody's going to read it. Red, my son's going to read it. And pink. Trey, I'm working. Pink, my cousin's going to read. And she's older. So I guess also know that this color, the pink, it's hard to see in these colors, but the pink is a 12-year-old and the red is a 7/8-year-old. All right, so let's go back to this pile. So as you can see, these are all marked green, meaning everybody has to read them. And this is just a really, sorry about the light, The Everglades Forever, a really thin book. And it just talks a little bit, like it says, about the Everglades. Nothing fancy about it. Sometimes you just need a quick read, give you some basic information. There's not really a lot of, well, there's no colored cute pictures, but they do give you a few pictures, which is nice. Nothing fancy about that book. And then we have these Eco Zone books, and this one is on the temperate forest. And they do give you some colored pictures. And again, it's not too, sorry, get you a better light here. It's not too many words. Both of them are capable of reading this. This one's on the Arctic tundra. Same thing. A few colored pictures. Not a lot of words. They do give you a nice table of contents. But yeah, not bad at all. Sorry, I'm trying to fix the light, but I'm sitting on the floor. All right, this one is on prairies. Also called grasslands or savannas. Same concept, nothing fancy. And then this one is on wetlands. So I believe that some of the kids have read some of these books. I just have to see who hasn't read it. And then they will read them. And we'll be done with this whole stack. All right. Let me see if I can move over a little bit to fix the lighting. There we go. All right, we're doing a president study all year, along with like U.S. history via the presidents and the government. So these are all everyone books. These are books that either the kids, again, will read by themselves or we will read as a group or use for resources. So this one is How the Government Works. And the sun is moving. Not colorful pictures, but pretty easy reading. And decent enough pictures. This one, because I only have one, they'll both be reading this one. If you were there when they signed the Constitution. I like these If You Were There books. They're great for kids with great illustrations. If You Were There, the Mayflower in 1620. This is the Declaration of Independence. Really nice, cute pictures. Pretty easy read. It does have a table of contents, so if you want to have them read certain parts at certain times, but it's great for both reading levels. Then we have a book on George Bush. I believe this is the first Bush. But I could be wrong. But yeah, with great pictures. Nothing fancy. The whole point of this is to read about the people and get an idea or the events in history and be able to write a summary, and we'll add it to our president's binder. So we'll kind of have our own take, in our own words, history. What happened, who were the presidents, what were they about. This one is about Gerald Ford, who I don't know pretty much anything about. And I'm obviously just doing a quick flip through so you can see the reading levels. This one is Important People of the Revolutionary War. And yeah, I'm kind of excited about the Revolutionary War. Learning a lot this year about it. But again, nice pictures, good content. And everybody's going to be reading this one. Then we have Women's Right to Vote. And we'll be touching on this. And again, I love when they give you pictures. And so there's not a lot. Like, you feel it. It feels kind of thick, but it's not a lot of words per page. So we'll be talking about that. And this one is, trying to get it out the light here, a book on, it says How the Revolutionary War Began. So this gives you a little back history on that. With colorful pictures. Then, of course, we have Sam Adams. Why don't you get it, Horse Sam Adams? And this one should be a pretty quick read with cute pictures. So we'll get through that. The Revolutionary John Adams. And this one is really pretty. This one is the Gettysburg Address. Well, the story of the Gettysburg Address. Abraham Lincoln. Decent enough pictures. An older type book, but it'll work. Then these two books, they say they're both 3 readers, and I've got them from 2 separate places, but they're pretty much the same book. I kind of glanced through. They just have a different setup. So this one has all the presidents, and it's set up kind of like that. And let's see, the oldest president in this book is, so this one goes all the way to Obama. And then this one, just a little different setup. It goes sideways. Let's see who the last president is in this book. So this is just a newer one, because this one goes all the way to Trump. But same book. So we'll be gathering some information via that. And then this book is a president's book as well. It says, don't know much about the presidents. And this is just going to be a great resource to pull from. We probably won't read, per se, every single page, but it'll be a great resource. And this book goes all the way to, let's see, the last president in this book is George W. Bush. Because obviously, depending on when the book was published, we'll let you know when, when the last president was. All right, and so for the 12-year-old, these are some of her other books in this category. If you were there when they signed the Civil War, I can't even talk today. If you were there at the time of the Civil War, again, they usually have really good pictures in these if books. She will also be reading a thicker book regarding George Washington's life. That still have some pictures. She will also be reading about the Salem witch trials. There you go. Just as an extra reader. No pictures, just a novel type book. And then she will also be reading about September 11th. And they do have pictures in here. All right, so those are her books for events in American history. My son, and some of the books aren't here because they've read them and put them back on the shelves and things like this. My son's already read this one, but this is his book on George Washington. And of course it has pictures in it. Trey, I'm recording. And then If Your Name Was Changed to Ellis Island, the 12-year-old has already read this one. And I just happen to have 2 copies of it. So he'll read this book. And then If You Lived at the Time of the Civil War, he has his own copy of this. And she has her copy. So those are his books in that particular category. We're about to start our space unit. So these are the 3 books that we're going to be reading together. I don't have any separate books for them as of now. We may go to the library and grab some, but this one is a 3-reader, and it just says Our Solar System. And it has some cute pictures and some information. Not much to that one. This one is 101 Things You Need to Know About Space. So I thought this would be interesting just to get a few good facts. It's in black and white, but I'm sure it has interesting facts for us to learn. And then this one is G is for Galaxy, an out of this world alphabet. So I'm most excited about this book. It has really, really cool pictures in it. I'm getting stuck on stuff here. Really, really cool pictures. So we will be enjoying some awesome stuff about space when we do our The Good and the Beautiful Science unit with space. We also have a local planetarium near us that we've already gone to once this school year, and we'll be going back. So we're trying to bring space to life for the kids. So those are all group reads. Then we're also going to be touching on the weather. We have a Good and the Beautiful unit on weather. So I've gone ahead and pulled those out as well. I've already read this book. It was pretty good. On climate change. It is a real thing. They'll both be reading through this. I like these books. This is the Who Is, What Is, Where Is brand. And this one is What Is Climate Change. And they have some, black and white pictures. But overall, it's a pretty good read. It gives you loads of information. This one, they'll both be going through. And it says Young Discoveries, Weather and Climate. And we have some colorful pictures. And again, I'm sorry about that glare. This one will be a great resource, and I think we'll use this alongside of our The Good and the Beautiful Weather unit. And it says The Down-to-Earth Guide to Global Warming. And it's a quite thick book. And it has a lot of information. And we'll hopefully be able to pull and read a little bit of this every week. Because I definitely want us to understand how we can help our planet and how we impact our planet. This will be another read-along resource. This book is all about Earth, and they talk about different things. It says the discovery of Earth, life, weather, ocean, and land. So they're covering different topics. But the pictures, again, are amazing. With loads of information.
April?
April?
Yes.
A-P-R-I-L. Sorry, the kids are working. A-P-R-I-L.
A-P-R-I-L-L.
That's it. Alright, so these books are all from the same brand. The Weather Channel presents. And this one's on floods, hurricanes, lightning, and tornadoes. And we'll be going over those together, I do believe, as of now. If not, the 12-year-old will be at least going through them. And they're all pretty basic books. In the middle, they give you a few colored pages, but they'll just be used for resources as we learn about the different types of weather. I like that they give you some really great colored pictures in the middle. It's like a treat halfway through the book. Alright, so those are the group books for reading for the weather. Let me just grab these up. Alright, for the 12-year-old, she has some books about weather she'll be tackling. And we'll probably be making our own little weather binders for this unit. So some of these can look more like resources for her because she'll be putting this information together in some way. But this is this book. Nice pictures and in-depth information. So this is this weather book. She also has a book on storms. These books are pretty big. But again, really nice pictures to keep her interested. With some really, I like these little clear pages, with some really neat information as well. And then storms and hurricanes. And this is just a deeper look into what we're already going to be going over for her, to make sure that she's really getting her grade level understanding of these topics. All right, and for my son, again, he's only 7. He has a few books that he's going to be going over, and he's going to be doing the seasons. And this is a really cute book that will talk about the seasons. Then we have earthquakes and volcanoes for him. Loads again of lovely pictures. And then a book on just the weather in general. And then this is just a cute book. It says, "How's the weather?" Just to get him just a book that talks about weather. So those are all of the books that we are really focusing on for the remainder of this calendar year for sure. That's if we get to weather, because it's already October. But we'll probably at least start the books. Towards the end of next year, well, not next year, the end of this school year, we'll also be tackling some animal books, but I haven't pulled those off the shelf because it gets a little hard to manage if I pull too much stuff off. So this covers, 3 topics. We covered some U.S. history. We covered some ecosystems. I guess it was 4 topics: space, and then weather. So 4 topics that we're kind of covering. And last month was the first month I tried this out. And I had the kids pick books as they got through them. But I think now I'm going to start assigning books, because we got to get through these books in a more concise way. Because if not, we won't get through them. Like, we should have been done with ecosystem. And we still are going to be tackling some other topics that I probably will want to use books for. And so we got to get moving. But I got to get working with the kids. They were working on some independent work. So I have to go. But hopefully this gives you an idea of some books you can pick for some of these topics. If you have any questions, please put them in the comment section below. I did get most of these books secondhand when I went to different events, or my community libraries gave away books. So I did not purchase most of these, but I'm sure a lot of them can be found online or something similar to them. All right, have a wonderful day.